Hey everyone, Show and Kashi here at AstroIsland. The astrophotography world is changing at a rapid pace. With the introduction of AI or artificial intelligence, many of the tools that we currently use are now AI based. Russell Croman would have been one of the first to introduce BlurXTerminator, StarXTerminator, and NoiseXTerminator. And now in recent times, you now have SyQon who would have created Parallax, which does star reduction and sharpening of your images. They also created Prism for denoising, and now just a few days ago they would have released a newer version of star removal, Axiom version 3 for star removal. So in today's video, we're actually going to do a three-part series where we're going to show a comparison of both Seti Astro's tools versus SyQon's tools. And for ease of use, we're actually going to do the three-part series in the order in which you would be doing your workflow processing. So today's video, we're going to do a comparison of BlurXTerminator versus SyQon's Parallax. So let's get started, and at the end, you get to decide which one works better. Is it going to be BlurXTerminator or is it going to be SyQon Parallax? Now for these three-part series of my videos, I will be using Siril, and just mainly due to the fact that Russell Croman recently launched his tools now available for Siril and Seti Astro Suite. So I'm going to maximize many uses of it using, in this instance, Siril. And keep in mind, I'll be using the paid versions of SyQon's tools just so you can get a fair comparison between Russell Croman's tools, which are paid software, versus SyQon's paid versions of their equivalent software. So as usual, since we're using Siril, we want to ensure that we have it installed. So we go to the hamburger menu, preferences, or scripts, get scripts. And if we're looking at the RC tools, we type in RC as I would have mentioned in my previous video, as well as if you want to install SyQon's tools, you just type in SyQon and all of their tools would appear. You ensure that these check marks are enabled, and then we click apply. And then now if you go to scripts, Python scripts, you would have RC Astro for all of their tools and SyQon for all of their tools. I'll also put links in the description down below where I had videos showing you how to install, configure, activate, and license both RC Astro's tools and SyQon's tools. So it's two separate videos. I'll put the links in the description down below. I'll also put the codes where you can get various discounts available when you make a purchase, whether you want to use RC Astro's tools, SyQon's tools, or maybe even both. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, the next thing that we want to do is to open up our image. And for today's video, we'll be using the Horsehead Nebula. So we open it up, and of course it's in the linear state, so we do an auto stretch, and you can also select high definition. And of course everything is going to be showing green, so we just do an on-link stretch for the time being. Next, what we want to do is to crop and rotate the image because the image looks, well, in my instance, upside down, even though there's no direction technically in space. But just for viewing purposes, we're going to rotate it. So we highlight to crop out the areas that we don't want. We're going to remove any of the artifacts at the edges, or the stacking artifacts for that matter. We right click, crop, and in this instance, we select rotate and crop. I'm just going to bring it up to 180, so technically flip it around. We click apply. And now the image, we can close this off. And now the image has been cropped and rotated. There's some gradients in the background, so we can just go to scripts, Python scripts, processing, and auto BGE. That's going to bring it up. And we can add an exclusion area just quickly. Just a rough exclusion, and we click process. The process is complete, so we can close this off, and it looks much better than before. We're going to now plate solve the image, so we go to tools, astrometry, image plate solver. Right, you can just click get metadata from image, and we click OK, and that's completed. Up next, we're going to do SPCC, or spectrophotometric color calibration. So we go to image processing, color calibration, spectrophotometric color calibration. As usual, you can make changes depending on what your image is, and of course, whatever type of sensor that you have and whatever filters that you would have used. You can disable this if you want. I have no idea what those graphs really mean, but my image works really well after running SPCC. So from there, we click OK. Great, so spectrophotometric color calibration has been completed. We can now close this off. And now we've come to the most exciting part of the video, which is to compare BlurXTerminator with SyQon's Parallax. So now that we've run SPCC, we'll relink the channels for the image. This looks pretty good. And now we go to scripts, Python scripts, and I'm going to start off with RC Astro's BlurXTerminator. Now, if your image has any aberrations, you can select correct only, which I'm going to do. And again, because SyQon also has an aberration correction in their tool, I'm going to do a comparison between the two as well. So we're going to start off with correct only and run BlurXTerminator. Okay, great. So BlurXTerminator correct only is complete. So let's close this off. And if we zoom in and take a look at the stars, right, if we go before, yeah, these are how the stars looked before. And if we do after, yes, the aberrations have been removed. And we want to go back again now into BlurXTerminator. And this time what we want to do, we disable this, and now we want to do non-stellar sharpening of the image. I'm not going to do any sharpening of the stars. We're going to leave this as is. And again, we click on Run BlurXTerminator. I'm going to sharpen the non-stellar all the way up to 1. We click on Run BlurXTerminator and let's see what happens. BlurXTerminator is complete, so let's close this off. Let's take a look at the image. Let's zoom in. So this is the image now, and if we do a before and after, this is before. Let's zoom in just a little more, and this is after. Yes, you can definitely see some of the blur being removed and the structure for the image bringing out some additional details. Let's go out into the Flame Nebula. Let's go before. And let's do after. Yes, you can definitely see a lot of the details being brought forward. Let's zoom in just a little more again. So before and after. So we just ran BlurXTerminator using the correct only as well as the non-stellar sharpening. So next up, we're going to now do SyQon's Parallax and see how it compares against BlurXTerminator. Okay, so we've reverted the image up to the point of using SPCC, and instead now we're going to go to scripts, Python scripts, SyQon, and we're going to select Parallax. Okay, so Parallax is now open, and of course we want to have the pro version, the paid version. And again, in the interest of fairness, we're going to do aberration correction only, disable sharpening, and we begin clicking on process to begin processing the image with only aberration correction. The aberration correction ran pretty quickly, so let's just move this aside and let's zoom in again. All right, so this is after and before. You can see the changes. All right, let's go into the Flame Nebula. All right, so this is after and before. You can see the stars being corrected, or the aberrations being corrected. All right, let's go into some brighter stars. Oh yeah, definitely in these areas you can see a significant change in the correction of the stars. So we import into Siril. Right, so that's now been applied to Siril, and we're going to go back again to Python scripts, SyQon, and Parallax. And this time we disable aberration correction. We're not going to do any star correction, and again, because we did not do that with BlurXTerminator. Alright, so we'll leave this disabled. We enable sharpening, and again we're going to leave it at 1, just the same as we did with BlurXTerminator. We click on process. So SyQon Parallax is completed with the image sharpening. So let's zoom in again. And this is after on the right hand side, and on the left hand side is before. See? So you can see a significant change. Let's go now to the Flame Nebula. And before and after, so it's a little bit blurry here. And as we swipe to the left, the image has been, a lot of the details have been brought out in the image. So we import this into Siril. All right, and now let's do a comparison inside of Siril directly. So again, we're going to zoom in. We go before. All right. Again, just as with BlurXTerminator, you're seeing the details coming out. And after, let's go to the Flame Nebula. Before. So this is before. And this is after. Right, so we've run BlurXTerminator, we've run SyQon's Parallax, and now it's time to do a side-by-side comparison. Now, one of the cool scripts that Deep Space Astro introduced the Siril community to was Image Window, in which you can now have multiple versions of the image or several images open at the same time, which in our instance, we're actually going to do a side-by-side comparison of this image, one with BlurXTerminator applied and the other with SyQon's Parallax applied. So we go to Scripts, Python Scripts, Utility, and we click on Image Window. So what I'm going to do, I have actually saved both images, the Parallax version and the BlurXTerminator version. So I'm going to open those files separately. So this one here is where BlurXTerminator was applied. And then now I'm going to go back again, Scripts, Python Scripts, Utility, and Image Window once more. And this time I'm actually going to select the SyQon version. So now we have both images open. On the left hand side we have the image processed using BlurXTerminator, and on the right we have the image processed with SyQon's Parallax. So let's zoom in again into certain areas and see. I don't see anything really. Everything looks more or less the same. Let's zoom out and let's go to the Flame Nebula. Now I'm not sure if you can see it on your screen, but at least with BlurXTerminator it looks just a little more detail is visible using BlurXTerminator. There's a lot more detail. Let's zoom in even more. All right, so we're almost at the same area. Yeah, at least from what I'm seeing, BlurXTerminator just slightly more details visible compared to SyQon. Let's try another area then. Just a little more details in BlurXTerminator compared to SyQon. Nothing to complain about, I can guarantee you that. It's nothing to complain about, but both images look really good. Both images, the deconvolution worked without any issues. I think both images look really fantastic. So again, we're going to come back to the horse head, and you get to decide which one in your opinion looks better. I'm actually going to send you a copy of these files. You can open it for yourself, take a look, and decide which one actually looks better on your machine. So there you have it, folks. We've done a comparison using Russell Croman's BlurXTerminator versus SyQon's Parallax, and the results were really hard to determine which one is better than the other. So I'm going to let you decide. You'll get the files and drop some comments down below. Let me know which one on your machine is better, or if you find both of them the same. Stay tuned for my upcoming video where I'll be doing a comparison between NoiseXTerminator versus SyQon's Prism Deep. So you definitely don't want to miss that. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps you to recommend these videos to more astrophotographers around the world. If you're new here, welcome to AstroIsland. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest tutorials, reviews, and breaking news in astrophotography. And while you're there, click the join button next to the subscribe button to become an AstroIsland member. My members get exclusive perks like early access to videos, members-only content, priority Q&A sessions, and other special rewards as the channel continues to grow. You can also support me on Patreon, where you'll get even more exclusive content, downloadable resources, bonus tutorials, personalized support that you won't find anywhere else. If you're looking for AstroIsland apparel, then visit my website to grab official AstroIsland merchandise and represent the community wherever you go. If you're planning your next astronomy or astrophotography purchase, please consider using the affiliate links in the description down below. You pay exactly the same price, but I receive a small commission that helps support the channel and create more free content for everyone. I'll put the links in the description below for all of these that I just mentioned. Finally, a huge thank you to all of my subscribers, channel members, Patreon supporters, and everyone who watches, likes, comments, and shares these videos. Your incredible support makes AstroIsland possible, and I truly appreciate every single one of you. As always, I close off by saying, it's not the size of a telescope that counts, it's how you use it. Bye for now, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you again soon at AstroIsland.